Now, the reason why the 2i2 is the best bang for your buck for any bedroom beginner musician that's on a budget is because for just $70 more, you get 4 inputs in the front. Now again, you can only use 2 at a time, but you still get all the features that the Solo has, but now you can actually do stereo sounds if that's what you're wanting to do, or you can even run just your basic podcast on there. Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're looking to start recording without breaking the bank, let's talk about the best Focusrite interfaces for beginners or if you're on a budget. Now, regardless of whatever musician you are, you're gonna need an interface. But let me just give you a little shortcut. Let's just talk about the one that is best for beginners or the best one if you're on a budget. Now, check this out. Focusrite is trusted by pros and beginners alike. Now, while I'm not a pro, I'm not a beginner, I'm right there in the middle. I have been using Focusrite the entirety of my music journey. Their equipment is always top-notch, their customer service is top-notch, and it just works. It's a simple, easy plug-and-play application, and you know how I feel about plug-and-play applications. All right, we're gonna kick this off by talking about 2 Focusrite interfaces. While we're only gonna talk about one specifically, I do need to mention this guy, the Focusrite Solo. The reason why I don't really recommend the Solo is because, in my opinion, you're gonna outgrow this pretty quick. The next one up is gonna be the 2i2. This is the 2nd generation one. There is a 3rd and 4th gen. The difference mainly is you're gonna have better preamps inside. The knobs are gonna be a little bit different inside of there, and you don't have this kind of power cord. You actually have USB-C nowadays. As you can see, this is the latest gen, and you have your USB-C input on your Focusrite Solo right here. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be outgrowing this pretty quick. It's got 1 instrument input and 1 microphone input. So let's say you wanna do a podcast with a second person, you can't do this. You cannot use this one. Let's say you wanna get a stereo effect for your instrument. You cannot do it with this guy right here. This is great for traveling. It does everything you need it to do. So if you are actually a solo musician, whether if it's a vocalist with a guitar, whatever it may be, this can actually work. But the second you want to add 2 of that same type of input, you can't do that. Whereas with the Focusrite 2i2, you absolutely can. The 2i2 basically means 2 inputs and 2 outputs. So your 2 inputs are right here in the front, and your 2 outputs are right here in the rear. This is great for a bedroom musician because this can go straight out to your studio monitors if you have any. If not, you've got this guy right here for your headphones if you want to monitor that way with a dedicated volume knob for your headphones. So as a beginner, what are some of the things that you're looking for or that you need to look for whenever it comes to a good quality interface without actually breaking the bank? Well, first of all, you definitely want at least 1 to 2 inputs. Me personally, I want a minimum of 2. You get that with the Focusrite 2i2. The reason why you don't get that with the Solo is because while there are 2 inputs, they are 2 separate inputs. So you don't have 2 XLRs or 2 instrument inputs, you only have 1 of each. It is a downfall, however, a lot of people can use this and do a lot with this. Me personally, I think you'll outgrow this pretty quick. When it comes to the 2i2, while there are 2 inputs, hence the 2i, you also get 4 inputs total. You have 2 XLRs and 2 instrument cables. You also want it to be USB powered. I personally use a 6i6 on my big setup, and that guy actually needs to be plugged into an AC outlet. Whereas your 2i2 and your Solo, the USB-C plugged into your computer will power it just fine, no other cables needed. You want this to be able to run phantom power. For those microphones that require phantom power, your 2i2 is your best bet. However, the new Focusrite Solo will do the same exact thing. You want really good preamps and really good monitoring. Preamps are important because you want there to be a nice, clean, direct input signal. You don't want it to be crackling or fuzzy or anything like that. You also want good monitoring options. So in this one specifically, and the Focusrite Solo, you have your dedicated headphone jack with volume, and you also have your line outs left and right for any kind of studio monitors you may have. Now you also want to stay within the $100 to $200 range. Now I know brand new, the 4th gen 2i2 is $220. However, you can buy them used. You can also buy a 3rd gen. And for example, this guy right here that I have and still use is a 2nd gen. While all interfaces come with their own plugin suite, I really love Focusrite. One, because it's extremely affordable, but the plugins that they come with integrate very seamlessly with whatever DAW that you're using, and the plugins actually work very great as a plugin itself. While both of these are extremely budget friendly, which one is right for you? In my opinion, the Focusrite Solo you will outgrow in no time. Even if you are a solo musician who only needs one input for vocals and one input for an instrument, I think the 2i2 will be the best, because for only $50 to $70 more, you can actually upgrade all of your inputs. This can also be a standalone unit for home musicians, home recording artists, as well as being able to take this out on the road in your gear bag, because as you can see, the footprint is not too much bigger to the Solo. So which one are you leaning more towards? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, check out the links in the description. I got links straight to these products that we've been talking about. If you've been liking this budget series type of thing, let me know by subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and liking this video and sharing it with your friends. That wouldn't hurt anybody. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. That one was pretty good. I like that one.